When your rookie is the only one showing heart, you've got a way bigger problem than just losing games.
Look at her, bro. Look at her. Everybody head look down. Everybody look all out of sync.
Something is seriously wrong with the Indiana Fever in 2025. New footage reveals a deeper issue, one even Caitlin Clark can't fix alone. This isn't about shooting slumps or defensive lapses, it's about a team that looks emotionally disconnected, while their brightest star is left dragging the dead weight behind her.
Nelson Adota trying to save it and does.
Let's talk about the moment everyone's dissecting, the timeout that flipped the energy. Right after that break, the Fever went on a 13-3 run, not a lucky spurt, not garbage time stats. It was real momentum, and it all started with Caitlin Clark hitting a cold-blooded three. What made it more telling? KK and Dantas were on the floor during most of it. That combo sparked something, so no, this wasn't just random effort. This was the Fever finally playing with tempo, urgency, and a clear sense of direction, things that have been missing all season. And you know who lit the fuse? Clark did, again. Caitlin Clark wasn't just scoring, she was leading. You could feel her frustration boiling over. She was clapping her hands, yelling, and trying to rouse the team. And the others? Blank stares, jogging back, no fire. But here's the thing, Clark's been talking about playing off the ball, improving as a screener, and doing the little things. That's not ego, that's maturity, that's leadership. She's not just trying to drop 30 every night, she's trying to win, trying to make this thing work, but she looks around and no one's matching that energy. It's like she's running full speed while the rest of the team is sleepwalking. And when your youngest star is the only one with a fight in her chest, yeah, that's a problem.
No, did not take an extra day in Chicago.
Drive back that night?
Just drove back that night.
Yeah, I got nothing else to ask.
Yeah.
They handed me the microphone.
Got lots of kids. Getting back.
After the game, head coach Stephanie White didn't sugarcoat it. She flat out said the team showed no fight. That's not just criticism, it's a cry for help. When your coach has to publicly question your effort, that's not about X's and O's anymore. That's culture, that's accountability. And she's right, watch the tape. Body language from most of the players, non-existent. They looked like they didn't even want to be there. No urgency, no hustle, just going through the motions. This kind of call out in a press conference isn't normal. It's a signal that something's broken inside the locker room. And when a coach has to say it out loud, things are way worse than fans think. The third quarter told you everything you need to know about this team's mindset. The Fever went down by 15 early, and instead of pushing back, they mentally checked out. The energy completely vanished. Players looked defeated before the quarter even hit the halfway mark. Now compare that to 2024. Back then, the Fever could be down double digits, and you'd still believe they had a shot. They fought through games, they ran teams off the floor in the fourth, they had grit, but this version of the team, they accept defeat like it's scripted. There's no fire, no rally, no urgency. It's like the spirit of the 2024 squad was replaced with cardboard cutouts. And the difference? It's not talent, it's attitude. Let's rewind to July 10th, 2024. Fever versus the Washington Mystics. The Fever were down 17 points with just 4 minutes left in the game. By every stat, every win probability chart, it was over. The Mystics had a 94% chance of closing it out, but then came Caitlin Clark, not just as a scorer, but as a commander. She started slinging passes, drawing defenders, finding open teammates, and dragging the Fever back into the fight. That team dropped 29 points in the fourth quarter alone, cutting a 17-point lead to just 3 with under a minute to go. They didn't win, but that game wasn't about the scoreboard. It was about the heart. It showed that as long as Clark was on the court, the Fever was never out of it. That version of the Fever, they had an identity, they had backbone, they had a belief. Fast forward to 2025, and all of that completely vanished.
And Alyssa Thomas right there with her.
If you want to see what true leadership looks like, go back and watch the Fever's game against the Mercury on June 30th, 2024. Midway through the third quarter, Indiana was down by 15 points. Most teams would have folded, but Caitlin Clark, she flipped the switch. What happened next was a clinic. Clark attacked the rim, drew defenders, and dished perfect passes. In one possession, she nailed a deep three. Next, she fed Aaliyah Boston inside. She threw skip passes, started fast breaks, and sparked hockey assists. In 6 minutes, the Fever turned a deficit into a 10-point lead. Clark either scored or assisted on nearly every basket during that run. That wasn't just impressive, it was leadership. She set the pace like a seasoned pro, uplifted her teammates, and gave Indiana direction. It wasn't just a strong quarter from a rookie, it was a glimpse of what this team could be with her at the helm. But in 2025, things look bleak. The team doesn't react to adversity. They absorb it. There's no energy, no grit, no urgency. They look checked out. Clark pushes the ball, but no one's running with her. She's still clapping, still yelling. But the rest? Head down, jogging back, playing like the game means nothing.
Hey, yo, we gotta find another gear. Okay, come on. Let's go. We gotta get better. We gotta grow right here. Let's go. We gotta keep it up, Bundy.
Say what you want about Christy Sides. Yeah, she wasn't a genius tactician, but what did she bring? Vibes, energy, accountability. Her Fever teams may not have been elite, but they didn't quit. She got her players to fight. Now look at Stephanie White, veteran coach, tons of experience, but where's the fire? Where's the emotional spark? This isn't about drawing up better plays. This is about culture, about getting your team to believe. And when your players are sleepwalking through quarters and your rookie is the only voice in the huddle, that's on you. Leadership isn't just clipboard strategy, it's heart. It's a demanding effort. It's making sure your team never quits on itself. And right now, Stephanie White might be saying the right things in pressers, but it's not translating on the court. Every time the Fever huddles up during timeouts, it's the same story. Caitlin Clark's the one clapping, yelling, and rallying the group, not the coach. You've got a rookie being the emotional leader, trying to spark life into veterans who should know better. Why is that happening? Why is Clark the only one with visible passion while the coaching staff looks passive? That shouldn't fall on her shoulder, but it does. This speaks volumes about the team's culture, or honestly, the lack of one. Great teams have emotional anchors. Right now, Indiana has a 22-year-old guard who shouldn't have to be the motivator and the main scorer and the only one who still cares when they're down double digits.
I need much space here.
The Fever keeps repeating the same script. Decent start, fourth quarter disaster. They've become the league's worst closers, blowing leads with cold shooting and careless defense. That Commissioner's Cup comeback, just a rare highlight, not the norm. When the pressure builds, Indiana fades. It's not talent, it's mindset, preparation, and late game execution. Forget the box score. Caitlin Clark impacts the game beyond shooting. Even when she's cold, she makes the right pass, creates space with her gravity, and fuels the offense with energy. The issue isn't her performance. It's the system failing her. Poor spacing, limited help, and no structure. She's carrying too much alone.
Clark sinks the screen and got the...
In one game, Caitlin Clark scored 32 points through just 3 quarters. Most coaches would highlight that performance. But Stephanie White's post-game comments focused on Clark needing to pass more and be offensive to the team. That's not just puzzling, it's discouraging. Clark was the offense, yet the response was to tone her down. It begs a serious question. Is Caitlin being restricted instead of empowered? Is the coaching staff forcing her into a system rather than letting her lead as the dynamic force she is? When a player is thriving, the last thing a team should do is dull their edge, but that's happening now. Last season, the Fever fought. Even when trailing, there was a belief, a chaotic energy that anything could happen. This season, that spark's gone. When they're down by 10, fans check out. Analysts don't praise their resilience. They question their consistency. The shift isn't in talent, it's in attitude, urgency, and team identity. When the Fever are down, Caitlin Clark doesn't sulk. She fires up, she's yelling, waving teammates forward and clapping after a big play. She's visibly locked in. Now contrast that with the rest of the squad. Jogging back on defense, no eye contact, no talking, no fire. It's a complete disconnect. Your star sets the tone, but if no one else echoes it, what's the point? Clark can bring all the energy in the world, but if her teammates don't respond, it's like shouting into a void. It's not just a hustle issue, it's a culture issue. The body language says it all. There's Caitlin, and then there's everyone else. And that gap, it's growing. So what does the footage show? Not just missed hard shots or sloppy plays, but leadership gaps, mental issues, a team that looks lost without its rookie leading every charge. Caitlin Clark is doing everything, scoring, facilitating, motivating, but she's alone on an island, and that's not sustainable. Basketball's a team sport. It requires shared energy and shared effort. But right now, it looks like one person is carrying the emotional and physical weight of an entire franchise. This isn't about tactics. This isn't about stats. It's about buy-in. And until the Fever rediscovers that collective fire, it won't matter how many times Clark shows up because no one else is. The footage doesn't lie. Caitlin Clark can't carry the Fever alone. If you're following her journey and the drama unfolding, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the WNBA. Hit that bell and drop your thoughts below because this story is just getting started.